And then when you're having those conversations with your teams, whether you are coaching them, finding out about their personal goals, finding out about their business goals, what you want to do is you want to stop multitasking. Because in the words of M. Scott Peck, one of my favorite authors that wrote the book, The Road Less Traveled, he says that you cannot possibly truly listen to anyone and do anything else at the same time. So what ends up happening if we're doing a lot of things is we end up losing concentration and actually developing brain fog. So when we multitask, what happens in our brain, it's almost like we have multiple browsers open on our computer and our brain is waiting for some light to flash, some notification to come in. And what I've done is when I'm really trying to focus, even on a task, I switch off my email, I get off social media, I'm literally doing the Pomodoro technique and setting a timer and just working on that. So if you are spending time with your teams and you're having that one-on-one coaching conversation with that specific star performer or leader, are you actually switching everything else off and listening to them? Because if you're not, then you're actually wasting your and their time. Because half of the time what we're doing is people aren't listening to each other and they're shouting barely related sentences to each other, trying to catch something that the other person has said, which might not be applicable at all. Because if you're really listening, what you want to do is you want to actually get into the inner recessor of your mind where you can actually really have a deep level of empathy, where you are really feeling with the other person, understanding them. So you want to be at a place where you switch off your own thoughts and you're literally just in that zone with them. You're reading their facial expressions, their body language, their tone of voice, and you're responding to that. But half of the time what we do is we hear the first sentence that they say, and then we remember this important thing that we want to say, and we're holding onto it in our mind so much that we are completely losing the other person. Versus sitting down, you could have a pen and paper and even make notes, but just deeply listening to what they're saying and allowing them to speak.